Welcome to the SCL Pod. I'm Kumar,
And I'm Deshaun.
and today we'll be talking about the black event that happened with Mike Brown on August 22nd, 2014.
The topics that we will be bringing to you today is what led up to the event, what was the impact of the event, and what was the result of the event.
And what we want the community to bring after and regarding this event.
On the day of August 22nd, 11:54 a.m., Mike Brown walked into a Quick Trip and stole cigarettes. There was many calls about Mike Brown being suspicious inside the Quick Trip. This is what led to Officer Wilson coming to the Quick Trip, which resulted in Mike Brown and Officer Wilson to have a heated altercation.
Mike Brown did not want to be bothered, so he got in his car and tried to drive away. 3 minutes later, Mike was forced to exit his vehicle. Things got even more heated between Mike and Officer Wilson. Mike got out the car with his hands up, like the officer said, claiming, "Don't shoot." Officer Wilson might have thought that Mike Brown had a gun, which led to him being shot 6 times in the chest. In total, the officer shot 12 times. Before all this happened, I still want to say that his friend that was in the car with him, Dorian Johnson, claimed, "Don't shoot."
Without any immediately medical assistance, Mike Brown laid in the middle of the street bleeding to death.
This tragic event hit the news and television all over the world. It hit the Ferguson community first, which led to violent riots, looting, fires, even more deaths. There were peaceful and unpeaceful protests. While all this were happening, even the black community were robbing black-owned businesses.
These events were being cast all over Fox 2 Channel News and Fox KSD. There were many people, or numerous people, jumping on cars, starting fires in cars, breaking into windows, breaking into all black business-owned businesses inside Ferguson.
There were also people throwing Molotovs, shooting guns, and also fighting.
And yes, they were wrong. Like, how could you, mess up your own community, the community you live in, or the community that surrounds you?
Even though this event went down in the black community, I understand the black community's pain, but I don't think that should be robbing or looting the black-owned businesses, even though what happened regarding Mike Brown. While all these things were happening, black-owned businesses were forced to shut down because they did not want any of the things touched or looted. Some black-owned businesses didn't even shut down. They just decided to put boarding up and chains so no one could break into their stores. While all these things were happening, people began making social media posts, posters, and flags saying, "Hands up, don't shoot."
Since the death of Michael Brown, there has been more police brutality against African Americans put on national TV like Fox 2 Channel News, but still doesn't resolve anything.
2 weeks after this tragedy happened, Wilson was brought into court. Even though there was a video, he was still charged with self-defense, and the black community went crazy, causing even more violent riots and looting.
Reliving the 2 weeks from prior to Michael Brown's death, Garrett Wilson did not have a court trial until November with no date found. And he was applauded with self-defense instead of murder. The death of Michael Brown. But 12 times though, you have to shoot 12 times, you only hit 6. And 6 is still a lot for somebody that didn't have a weapon. They had their hands in there. But I don't have any control over
But
this.
I still see where he coming from though. But still 12.
I mean, I would like to protect myself if I thought somebody had a weapon.
My opinion, you shouldn't have a gun out anyway.
Right.
You should have had at least a taser or something else. And the results of all this happened. The CEO and the head of the police departments, they installed body cameras, which still I don't think that's gonna do anything because
you could cover up the cameras.
Yeah. To this day, there's been more police officers that cover up their cameras
but there's also been more cases found to be proven guilty because of the cameras. So
yeah, it's like a 50-50 for me.
Right. There's a pro and a con of the camera, but you never.
Yeah. But they also changed the police culture. What I mean by that is they put more black police in black communities and more white policemen in the white communities. With all this happening, there is a chance of that police department or the whole the commission for them to get defunded, which can lead to bankruptcy and firing and all that type of bad stuff.
Bad news.
Bad stuff, yeah. Did I forget to mention, while the officer was going through the trials and in court, you had a lot of black people threatening his newborn baby. I don't think that was right though. I don't think that was right.
Nah, that wasn't right at all.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think
you
that was
shouldn't
right.
have any problems with a newborn baby.
Yeah, the baby don't got like anything.
Can't even talk, can't even
right.
see.
The baby's
Really
gonna
got
grow up and be like, "What did I do?"
What a non-peaceful world it is.
Yeah, but I can kind of see where they coming from, just a little bit though. I would never like.
But like, why a baby though?
Yeah,
it's
right,
a baby.
Yeah.
Like the baby should be pretty, like to you, like adorable.
Yeah,
you don't
you're
want to
right.
hurt the baby.
Yeah, so the point of this podcast and why we picked this topic is because we want all communities to come together. Know whether you black, you know whether you white, blue, green, no
Everything.
matter- yeah, everything. We want everybody to stick together and like come together and be friends. Like no matter what. Like I don't think like the blacks should be on one side and the whites should be on one side,
Right.
and like I don't like that. I think everybody should come together and be one community.
And even though there's two sides to the story, like saying a white police officer shot a black man without a weapon, there's two ways you could think about that. But you know, this is not my point in place to get into that. I'm not that kind of person. We're not that kind of people.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna leave it to everybody else to have their own thoughts and things about whatever they got going on social media in real life. But
So that's all we want to say, and that's all we want to bring up is to come together. Thank you for sticking with the St. Louis Pod. I'm Kumar.
and I'm D Nice.
Peace.